Allah has blessed me with a beautiful wife. This is part of His blessing we should be thankful for. But anything which stops me, or hinders me, or, for example now, imagine, if you like, that Malakul Maut is behind you and has his hand on your shoulder, here like this. It's time to go. What's the first thought that comes to your mind? Is it, oh, I've got to sell the house first? Oh, I have to do this. All these things, if it's an attachment which prevents us from going now, this attachment is wrong. We're not dead yet. We haven't followed the hadith, mutu qabla an tamutu. Anything which prevents me from going shouldn't be there. The second question which was asked before we start this session was about the role of men and women in the society. How they differ, how we can bring together the fact that now we live in such a society where both men and women participate in the society. You know, back at home, perhaps in Iraq, in Lebanon, in parts of Africa, in the Indian subcontinent, women were seen to be people who stayed in the kitchen, people who stayed at home. Now we've come into this society, women can vote, women can study, and our women do so. Does that mean they're going against their femininity? No. Rather, us having restricted them in our culture back at home was a wrong thing to do, was not correct. Who says that in Islam it says a woman can't go and study in the university? Or that a woman shouldn't go, or girls shouldn't go forth and study in high school, or work after university? Does this go against their femininity? No. But there are certain issues which we need to look at before going into this. One, both men and women need to be observant upon and protect their hijab in any situation. If a man is working in an environment where he feels his hijab is not satisfied, he must change the situation. Either make sure he continues working there in a way whereby he can maintain his hijab, or don't work there, work elsewhere, or even study in university or whatever it may be. And same with the woman. If she feels that her work environment or her study environment prevents her from observing her hijab, not only this physical clothing that they have to wear. This is number one of hijab, this is step one only. This is not hijab in its totality. Hijab is the way we talk. Hijab is the way we walk. Hijab is the way we laugh. Hijab is the way we cry. Hijab is the way I move my eyes. Hijab is the way I move my hands. A woman can be wearing full hijab, black, loose, from top to bottom, such that her fingernails don't show and no part of her feet shows, and then on top of that wear a burqa so that her eyes don't even show and no part of her face shows. If you saw her, you would think it is a bin bag lying there, or something from the Taliban environment. Yet, after having worn this, she can be flirting with someone. Is she wearing hijab? She can be using her voice in such a way whereby she may entice the opposite gender. Is she wearing hijab? A man can be modestly dressed, not wearing tight clothing, not showing his physical form, very loose clothing. He has a full beard. He doesn't look up even, he looks down all the time like this. But the way he uses his voice and how he laughs and talks and jests and interacts with the opposite gender is in a very flirtatious manner. Is he observing hijab? Hijab is not only clothing. So, as far as we see the role of men and women in society, and particularly women, the question was asked for, there's nothing wrong in them doing anything. But they should protect their femininity. Masculine and feminine are two different things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made. And therefore they do have separate roles in society. Let us not kid ourselves and we go off looking civil rights. Right is something different, roles is something different. I can't become pregnant, even if we wanted to, we can't. Allah has created us in this way. I have a different role from my wife has a different role from me. She is feminine, I am masculine. We were discussing a similar issue with some of the brothers at Markaz Ahlul Bayt can be described as, for those of you who are aware or have some familiarity with, the Chinese symbol of yin-yang. A circle which is split like this, one black side with a white spot, one white side with a black spot. What do we see about these things? They form a perfect circle, number one. The shape is perfect. No corners, no crooks, no unevenness. It's a perfect circle. The two shapes inside it, had they been identical, they would not fit with one another, unless it was two halves. But had they both been like this, both of them the same way, it would not have made a circle. They fit with each other. We, as male individuals, and our women as female, are not equal, but we fit together like a jigsaw puzzle in compatibility, such that masculine and feminine come together and makes perfection in society. Not that we are equal, in the sense that whatever I can do, my wife should be able to do, whatever she can do, I should be able to. No. We have different roles. But at every point, we should know that we have to maintain our hijab, both us and our sisters. Sometimes we find in society, especially after coming into the Western world, in Canada, in the UK, in the USA, our women want to be like men and our men want to be like women. We want to adopt each other's roles. Allah has made perfection in society. Men are men and women are women, whether we like it or we don't like it. Okay, so the question to what we've been speaking about. Why is it haram for Muslim girls to talk with Muslim or non-Muslim men, even if it is just as friends, but not haram for Muslim guys to talk to Muslim or non-Muslim girls? There is no such thing. I don't know where this comes from. I think it comes from our culture. It is haram for me to talk to a Muslim or non-Muslim girl in a way that breaks my code of hijab. It is haram for a Muslim sister to talk to a Muslim person, guy, or non-Muslim if it breaks her code of hijab. End of story. Both ways it is the same.
If there is darura, you know, like the problem now.
Yes, if it breaks my hijab.
Yeah, the problem now when the lady is talking with the man and the thirsty, there is no darura. Even sometimes they're laughing with each other.
They don't have to break their hijab.
They break like
so this is their fault. There is no necessity for them to. I am studying in university. I have studied in university. Not in an Islamic university, in a British university, studying a secular science alongside females who are Muslim and non-Muslim. It didn't require me to break my hijab. I was not forced. Nobody forced me, you have to sit and laugh with these girls. No. Nobody forced me that you have to talk to these girls, Muslim or non-Muslim, beyond your own necessity. No, nobody forced me to do that. Some people do in London, start from in the secular education, in government schools, start from the primary education, secondary education, O-levels, A-levels, university, and graduate without breaking the code of hijab. Why is it not possible? It is upon me. Why is it not possible? If I break my hijab in the university, it is not the university's fault, it is my fault. They have not asked me to break my hijab. They have not asked me to laugh like this with the girl. They didn't ask me to do that. I did that. It is on me. Nobody says our sisters or our brothers can't go to university. Nobody says so. The hijab is on me. How I speak to my sisters, Muslim or non-Muslim, is on me. If I speak to them beyond necessity, it is on me. If I speak to them only as far as necessitates me, it is on me. There's no darura. Nobody forces me to talk to them if I don't need to. There's no darura here. So this question about why Muslim guys can talk to them and vice versa, Muslim men are not allowed to talk to women, Muslim or non-Muslim,